Hey, if you want to learn how to become an independent filmmaker or a filmmaker in general, I've got a book which I wrote with a buddy of mine. It's called Zan Azli and Wan Chun Hong's Guide to Indie Filmmaking. You can actually buy it off of here. I'm going to put the link down here at my website, fatbidin.com. It's only a couple of ringgit, and it's really good because it has many different chapters, the process of filmmaking, and each chapter I interview a Malaysian filmmaker who gives advice and tips of from their experience. So yeah, yay, link is down here. Yay. You're watching and listening to the Fat Bidin Film Club, and I'm assuming I'm Zan Azli.
And I'm Shali Busawan.
As usual, every week we watch a local film and then we review it. And you know, CMCO, PKPB, whatever you want to call it, ABCD, cinemas are not open. We've been having a tough time reviewing films.
But we found a film to watch.
But we found a film to watch thanks to one of our viewers on YouTube.
Yes.
Zain Solo, right?
Yeah.
Zain Solo recommended us to review this film, a new film that is on iFlix.
What's it called? Web TV iFlix?
No, it's called iFlix. Web TV. Is it?
Yeah, it's called Web TV iFlix.
Okay.
Something like that. Yeah, okay, anyway.
And the film is called
iFlix. Arus Merah.
Arus Merah, directed by Aeril Zafril.
Yes!
Okay, so we watched the film.
But before that...
Yeah, but before we want to talk about the film, we want to talk about something really exciting that happened. Right?
So we made this video.
Last week's episode of Fat Bidin Film Club, if you had seen it, you would know what we talked about, right? I don't want to repeat that anymore, but you guys know lah. It's about our take on how several film directors and filmmakers in Malaysia have responded towards like film critiques and reviewers in Malaysia.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. And we did what we did.
Yes.
And then one of our fellow reviewers, critiques, Zavlog from Pure Pixels YouTube channel, right?
Made a video
based on our video because we kind of gave him a shout out because I've always kind of liked his reviews, right?
We like him also.
Yeah, we like him. He's a very nice guy.
A couple of times.
Yeah, he's a very friendly guy. We've met him a couple of times at like some screenings and all that, right? I think he's a nice guy. You know, I listen to his. I find that he has good film sense lah. Maybe because we agree and he agrees with the kind of films we like and we have the same taste. So yeah lah, you know, all birds of a feather flock together.
Okay, so
right?
Zavlog made a video.
Yeah.
Mentioning the video.
Mentioning our video. And he called for he has like over 100,000 subscribers and he gets a lot of views. Not like us, even though we've been around longer. Not bitter or anything. We do what we do, right? And yeah.
And then his followers like
came to our channel and we like more than double our subscriber base and
yeah. So hello.
And we've got
thank you for coming.
Yeah, thanks for coming. Thank you Zavlog. Thank you Zavlog's viewers.
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of them agree with us and they've subscribed to us. Some don't agree. You know, but they still, came to support and all that, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, so that was nice.
It's kind of cool, yeah. And they've stuck because we've done some other videos and they've stuck around, they've watched and they've commented. You know, yeah. Welcome to our channel. I hope you guys stay. Some of them have been saying that, oh yeah, we're speaking in English because they are from the Malay audience, right? And they say, hey, we speak English and all that. But, some have been positive, some have been negative, some have been asking us to do subtitles or even speak in Malay. But you know what? Here's the thing lah. There are many other Malay channels out there that you can get your content from. And they're very good content too, like Zavlog. So we want to kind of like cater to the English crowd, which is probably the more urban crowd in Malaysia. And it's probably a crowd that doesn't normally watch local films. We're trying to turn that around. We're going to change their view.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Okay, but Zavlog and his viewers were not the only ones who responded to our video. One of the viewers on Zavlog's video saw our video and then mentioned
Syamsul
Syamsul
Yusof,
Yusof.
who is one of the directors that
has been calling out all the reviewers lah.
Huh.
And so he said, I really want to see what Syamsul Yusof has to say about Fat Bidin's video.
Yes.
And then there was a bunch of replies that say, hey, don't you know that Syamsul Yusof searches his name every day? Because he didn't tag Syamsul Yusof, he just tweeted the tweet. And then
Syamsul Yusof
Syamsul
replied.
Yusof replied. Here is the reply. Would you like to do the honors?
Okay, so Syamsul replies saying, the fuck is that? Well, he didn't say the fuck. He said TF is that. Ask him to shut the fuck up lah.
STFU.
STFU.
And then got emoji.
Emoji lah. Emoji and emoji. Right?
And then the person who tweeted it said, but what do you think about it, bro? Is it make sense? It's good to know from your side too. Which we also thought was you know, good lah.
Okay lah.
We want to know what you think.
We want to engage and we want to see, right?
But Syamsul Yusof says,
malas pikiak. Pimam je. I'm assuming pergi mampus lah. Right? He's asking us to
maybe
pergi
dia suruh you
mampus.
jadi imam ke, mai tahu.
Imam. Say, oh yeah. Cuba check Mamat tu agama apa. Checking my religion. Right? Malas sembang sini. Apa-apa pun thanks to him cause he paid a lot watching mum movies. And then another tongue emoji. Like that. Right?
Alright, so that happened.
So I'm like, okay, right, fine. You said that, right?
And then we didn't really respond.
We did respond. I wouldn't want to respond to something like that.
We were trying to decide
What
how
to
we
do.
felt about Syamsul Yusof now, because we don't know him, right?
We don't know him personally.
And we don't have anything personal against him, and all we do is review his films, which just happen to be films like that.
And to be honest, we'll talk about that. Many of his films we've reviewed, and we've reviewed the films that he's acted in, and we've reviewed films that his brother Shafiq Yusof has also directed. Now, it's a mixture. There are films that he's done, that he's been involved in, that we like, and there are films that he's done that we don't like.
Yeah.
You know?
So
and we've been honest.
Yeah, it's nothing personal.
Nothing personal
it's just
at
about
all.
the film.
Yeah.
So we didn't really feel like that was a very mature.
It wasn't a mature response from him.
And I don't really know what Zan's religion has to do with his film reviewing at all. I guess I hazard a guess because Syamsul Yusof makes like Munafik and Munafik 2, right? So it's like he doesn't appreciate my films because he's not Muslim enough. I don't know if that's the subtext, but it felt a little bit like that. But anyway, so while we were mulling over this casually, we were looking for the tweet again.
Okay, no, before that, I was already thinking. I was thinking in my head, I might not have mentioned to you, but I was thinking, okay, look, I'm always down for a discourse.
Yeah,
for a
you're
debate.
just always down to get down.
Yeah, I'm down to have a discussion. I love having discussions and debates and all that.
Yeah.
If you know me lah.
You don't need to know me that.
Yeah, and I actually,
Yeah.
I do it on TV before also. I do it on public platform. Right? So I was thinking, okay, if you are, let's have a dialogue. I was thinking of, okay, I'll do a video, tag Syamsul, and say, hey, Syamsul Yusof, why don't we meet up? Right? And let's have a chat lah.
Because he also likes to ajak people to go kopi,
because
right?
I've seen his tweets where if people criticize him, then he said, okay, Jom Kopi.
So
Right?
you wanted to go for kopi.
I said, okay lah, Jom lah, kopi lah if you want.
But he never ajak you.
Yeah, I know he never ajak me, but I was going to make the initiative to ajak lah. Because I like having discussions. I like talking. Right?
So we were gonna go back to the tweet
so went back lah to Twitter to look for it.
And then
tweet has been deleted by Otter.
Oh,
Oh my god. Then I'm like, I started tweeting and I said, I saw some responses by him, but it's gone, And then I asked the guy who started the thread, and I said, I read it too. I said, I read the thread. And now, as a journalist, I want to give Syamsul Yusof the right of reply. So I want to, but why is the tweet deleted?
And then this time he tagged Syamsul Yusof.
And
Zan.
I tagged him because Syamsul was in the thread. Right? So I tagged him and the guy who started the thread also, let's name him. Let's name the guy who started the thread.
His name is Azwan Hussaini.
Azwan Hussaini. Nice guy, He kind of, he's a nice guy, and he said, he saw the tweet too, but he also doesn't know why it's deleted.
Yeah.
So I said, what happened? So I left it as that, right?
And then we go to sleep.
Then
we wake up.
And
then got this tweet.
And then suddenly, we get a tweet from Syamsul Yusof, who replied to me, saying, this is after he deleted the previous two tweets.
Yeah, this was in the morning when we woke up.
In the morning. He said, yo Zan, keep doing what you do, man. Even we might got a lot of diff opinions in films, but yeah, blah blah blah, ha ha ha, tak habis bro. Hi to Cheryl, and all the best, brother. One love, stay safe, God bless your family. Now, I thought that was a much more mature response. And to tell you the truth, yeah, that's okay lah. A response like that is okay lah. Isn't it?
But it wasn't the first response.
It wasn't the first initial response.
So,
yeah.
Okay, well...
I mean, look, if somebody already deletes something that he feels he didn't want out there and then he responds in a positive way like this, I think to be fair, right? To be fair, okay, I'm cool with that. You know, that's alright. You know? Yeah. What do you feel?
I feel the sentiment of both the tweets are actually the same. They are both dismissing you and dismissing your
us.
opinion. No, just you, because I'm just
me.
Fat Bidin's wife. Nobody even knows my name.
Well, he mentioned your name. He said all the say hi to Cheryl.
Effort. Great. So anyway, it feels very dismissive. Both the tweets, both the replies were very dismissive. And in the second reply, you already made it very clear that you wanted to have a discourse, but he said, oh, but if we have a discourse, there are going to be a lot of things to say, and yeah, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, but that's what the discourse is supposed to be, to say everything.
Yeah, not blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So it just really felt like he realized that it was not good for his brand to have replied the way he replied.
You think so?
And so he just rebranded the dismissiveness and replied like that. But one love. Stay safe.
Yeah, but I guess you are more frank than me, and I'm probably being a little bit more diplomatic. You think?
Yes,
okay.
Always. That is our dynamic. It's our dynamic in everything. Okay.
That's why people like me. They don't like you, is it?
Yep. It's fine. I get shit done. It's cool.
But here's the thing. I think discourse, debate, and discussion is always still very important. So this is still going to be a call out there for Syamsul Yusof. Hey, brother, I'm being sincere, right? I'm saying let's meet up. I'll buy you a cup of coffee, right? Let's have a discussion. And we talk about films, we talk about different opinions. It's okay for me, I feel that it's okay to have different opinions, right? Just let the opinions be out there. I mean, I make films too. Oh my god, I don't release my films in the cinema like Syamsul Yusof lah, right? Because we make kind of very niche films, right? And I've been criticized like crazy too. There have been times when there was, my career, I even thought I will never make films anymore. Because of the criticism, right? But I'm like, no, you take the good, take the bad, right? You decide what you want to improve. If you already feel you've got your own pendirian, your stand and your voice, then stick with it and don't care what people say lah. But as long as you put your films out there in the public, you're supposed to get criticism already, right? I saw this video by Namron on Namron's YouTube channel, which is Tok Ayah YouTube channel or something like that. He interviews Adrian Tay, the director of Pascal and Pasal Kau and all that.
Which was our last film review.
Yeah, we reviewed Pasal Kau. We didn't like it. But Adrian Tay is a really good guy. He's a nice guy. And Namron asked him, hey, some people have criticized your films and all that. What do you think? And he says, yeah, everybody has a right to what they want to, their opinion lah.
They don't like, never lah.
They don't like, never mind lah. I already got my voice. I will continue to do that. Yeah, but I hear you, he says. He says that I hear you, right? But just go on lah. It's okay. Yeah. Respect your opinion. Yeah. So this is an open call to Syamsul. Syamsul, let's have a coffee. If you're okay with it lah. Name a place, name a time. We can record it and then we can post it up, or I can write it for my column in Malaysia Kini or whatever. On our website, and we just have a nice, mature, intellectual discussion, and we see what these different opinions that we have lah. Right?
Blah blah blah.
Okay, now we go on to our review.
Okay,
now I want to go. But before that, for those of you who are coming from Zavlog and those of you who are asking for BM content, we actually do have BM content. So check out our videos. We've got like our series called Berita Busters.
Yeah.
Some of my documentaries are in BM. So Malaysian. Okay.
So
on to the film. Arus Merah. Yeah, please.
We watched Arus Merah by Aeril Zafril, whom we haven't seen in a while.
And we like his work.
We like Aeril Zafril.
Because Aeril Zafril has been chatting her up
No, he has not.
on social media?
He has not been chatting me
No,
up.
what I mean is he's been talking to you. He's been engaging with you.
And
us.
He was
He's been
engaging with me
us, yeah.
after we did the review on Mandatory. But
Yeah.
anyway, I really like his work. I really like his acting, and I'm very like supportive of Aeril Zafril.
Very. So this movie is directed by him?
Yes, this movie is directed by Aeril Zafril, but it also stars Aeril Zafril and another one of the bros that we really like,
Zahiril Azim.
Azim.
We love Zahiril Azim. I think he's a great actor.
Zahiril Azim.
Yeah, and his work, he's one of the new acting mafia lah.
See how Zan's like eyes just light up.
I do.
I
know who I like, right? Right. But is this Aeril Zafril's first directing gig?
I don't know if it is his directorial debut.
We should check. Let's check.
That.
Okay. Hey Siri. Oh, this is not Siri. Oh wait.
This is okay Google.
Yeah, no. Oh, whoa. I'm using my phone as a light source. But so yeah. Okay.
It doesn't say. Yeah, it doesn't.
Okay, never mind. If you guys know if this is Aeril Zafril's directorial debut,
You know what?
let us know.
I will ask Aeril Zafril.
Alright. Do we call him Aeril?
Aeril
Zafril? Oh,
Aeril Zafril.
Yeah. Hey, AZ.
Don't call him easy.
Is this your directorial debut, bro?
Anyway, I will find out.
Yeah.
I will ask you.
Okay,
personally and find out.
so tell us about the film. What's the film
Okay,
about?
so the film is a psycho thriller that revolves around these two friends, Marwan
And Risham. Marwan is Aeril Zafril.
So Marwan is played by Aeril
Zahiril
Zafril
Azim.
and Risham is by Zahiril Azim. Okay, now stay with me, okay? Because it gets a little bit complicated.
It has a complicated
Marwan
plot, yeah.
has returned because his sister has been kidnapped by someone who has demanded that he come back. Okay, so let's assume that he was somewhere and then now he's returned. He meets Risham, who tells him, "You know, right, my brother died." And Marwan says, "Yeah, I saw it on the internet."
And it's
And then-
obvious you're good friends lah.
A day later, Marwan's sister is dead. So
And there's a video, right?
And then there's a video. So the foundation of this is basically murder is quite normal in this entire film. The film is not very long. It's only 79 minutes.
79 minutes, yeah.
I personally, so basically it's like that lah. And then it goes on, it basically just goes on to unravel who the killer or killers are.
And why they kill.
And why they commit the crimes that they do.
Yeah.
Murder lah, basically.
It's a very simple film. Right? It's just the two of them, really.
It's very simple.
With flashbacks with Hasnur Rahmat and Jay Iswazir and who played the sister?
Rina, I think her name is. Okay, anyway. So I felt like it was shot in a very like Ingrid Bergman style, very like narrative heavy.
I wouldn't know. I I watched Tom Green, Freddy Got Fingered.
Anyway, because it was just so like full of narrative, and it was just centering around the conversations between the two of them actually, which really felt like an Ingrid Bergman type of film That's all. But yeah, okay, so that's my first comment of the film. It really gave me that like heavily narrative centered thing. I know that they're supposed to be like close bros, but it's not very believable that they're like really close bros until the end. When suddenly I'm like, okay, I believe it. And you kind of find out why it's not so believable to why they're actually close bros. It was a little bit weird for me in the beginning because I guess we're so used to seeing Zahiril Azim
as gangster,
in a bro setting, you know.
Oh, because he's always with his gang, Amirul Effendi and Bito Kushairi and all that, right?
Every time they're on screen, their chemistry is just like that, you know. It just like pops, yo.
So the chemistry between Aeril Zafril and
it's a bit not quite there.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure they're friends, but they're not like bros, you know. But also I think it was because of the way that the story plays out and the characters play out. So you can sort of sense that weird tension that goes on. But their bromance was a little bit
off. I think it has, for me it may be a little bit off because of the dialogue. Watching Aeril Zafril and watching Zahril Azim in their performances in other films, they always seem to have dialogue that seems very natural for them. And they speak very naturally, for both of them, right? Both of them, in both of the separate performances that they've done. But in this one, it seems like they stuck to the script in a way, right? It seems like they were like limited in the way they could express their dialogue, and maybe that for me was why it didn't feel so natural, because it seemed very rehearsed to me lah.
Another thing also, now that you brought it up, is the fact that Zahril Azim and Aeril Zafril both kind of act in different types of films. They're kind of the same genre-ish, but the style of the film or the style of the series even is always very different. And the characters that they play are also always very different. Like the last thing we saw Aeril Zafril in was that View show where he plays like a Malaysian Sherlock.
Oh yes,
So
the
he's like a
crime
he's like
detective show.
A heightened detective, and he's very sophisticated, and he's very sort of also indifferent, and even in Mandatory also, he was a police officer, right? I think.
Yeah.
But he also plays like that kind of role, you know. It's like very like a little bit like I don't know,
Luther.
a little bit Luther-ish.
Idris Elba's Luther.
But Zahril Azim is like a people's man.
Yeah, he's like
he's
punk
like,
rock.
Yo, bro.
Yeah, punk rock, ride a
lepak, makan
motorcycle.
burger type bro.
Bahal, you know, that kind of thing.
So I guess to merge them together also needed a little bit of work lah.
Yeah.
Maybe that's also why the chemistry was a little bit off.
But this is not to say that I think that both of them are serious in their craft lah.
Yeah, and
You
they're
know,
not
from the
bad
way-
actors.
They're not bad actors. They're great actors.
It was just interesting to see
The chemistry.
them, fuse together.
Yeah.
And it, not to say it didn't really work for me, but it was new lah. I guess it was just new to watch.
And it was because the whole story was centered around their chemistry,
That it was
their
so
conversation,
obvious.
that it became a little bit obvious. But the story, as far as I'm concerned, I don't know about you, the story is very interesting.
Yes.
It's a
Yes,
very
yes.
interesting story. It's very convoluted. You've got to pay attention. Not pay attention in the like peningnya kepala kind of way, but like
have to listen.
I like you want to listen, you know? Yeah, and it's a very, very interesting story.
I think it's great that it's only 79 minutes long because it's very gripping.
If it's a little bit too long, I think I'm
It's very gripping, and it dragged out like just the right amount.
Yeah.
And it also kind of like tied up quite nicely also lah. I didn't feel like it was super abrupt or anything. So the flow was nice. The film was not bad either. Quite decent.
Yeah. And I like the fact that films like this are starting to come out more and more in Malaysia. It's almost indie-like, more independent-like, but not really also because they kind of get backing, you know, from like these platforms for it to be screened and all this. And I like that. And although it has a little bit of the Hollywood kind of like style because of the storyline, it's like crime and thriller and murder and violence and all that kind of thing. It's very Hollywood-ish. And hence kind of universal, but it also ties back to like Malaysianness in the sense that in values like the kind of family values and friendship values that it has is very unique to Malaysia, and the fact that
the kind of issues it brings up is also very unique to Malaysia.
like corruption, and the difference between the Malay elitists and the non-Malay and the Malay poor. And the Malay elitists and how they step over each other.
Disparities are very clear.
Which is very Malaysian in this film lah. And it was good for me lah in that sense.
There was a little bit like a slight hint of classism in very, very well portrayed by Hasnur Rahmat's character.
Yes, and Hasnur Rahmat is another guy that I think is quite a good actor too.
And because of the way that the story sort of plays out, you feel different things at different points.
Hasnur Rahmat plays Zahril Azim's Risham's older brother, right? Who's this rich
who
guy.
Has been murdered.
Yeah, who's a rich guy and all that.
Because the story is like a lot of narrative and then like flashback, then narrative, then flashback. But for me, like it really took me on a ride because I felt so many different things at so many different moments. Like when the Hasnur Rahmat classism started to come in, I was like, oh, really? Is this like really a reason for him to die though? And then like later on, when we find out, I'm like, okay lah. Actually, it can.
Yeah, and I think a lot of viewers, especially Malaysian viewers, especially Malay viewers, right? They will see that classicism
They will
thing
feel
between
it.
the Malays.
They will really, really feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
And
Melayu
also,
yang berada dan Melayu yang tak ada sangat. You know? Yeah.
and then also the way that they ended the film was, I thought, kind of great.
Yeah. The ending was great.
It's a cliffhanger, if you could call it that,
Yeah.
literally and figuratively.
Cliffhanger, and not only just cliffhanger, but it also leaves you wondering.
Yeah.
And you know, and if it makes you feel like if you ever met the director and the writer and the script writer, you'll be like, sebenarnya apa jadi at the end?
Yeah. And
but which isn't the point really.
But it also leaves you with a lot of conflicted emotions about the antagonist.
Yes.
That you find out about, because you're like, okay, but also ayo, but also oh. So I really, I was kind of stumped, but in the best way possible at the end. Yeah. So I didn't really expect to feel this about this film. I was very excited that it was Aeril Zafril and Zahir Azim. I was also excited that it was Aeril Zafril's directorial fault. It's the first thing that I've seen that he's directed. And I was a bit nervous because I was like, oh my god, if I don't like it, then how? But I like it. So Aeril Zafril is still keeping on track record with making things that we like. So he's Zahir Azim. So great.
Yeah. So
Good job, bros.
Yeah. So would you tell people to watch it?
Yes. Please go watch it.
Go watch it. It's free.
On, this web TV, iFlix.
Yeah.
You have to put up with like a little bit of annoying ads.
But the ads are very minimal.
But
Like
they're like
15
26
seconds, 15 seconds, 15
Yeah,
seconds
and
like
then
that.
that's it.
Just like watching YouTube lah.
Yeah,
Right? But it's
it's
free
only-
and you don't have to go to the cinemas because the cinemas are all closed. And that's another thing, right? We've all heard the news about the cinema chains in Malaysia that are now all closed until further notice.
Yeah.
Because business has been bad for them.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Kesian.
Kesian.
Very kesian.
Yeah, so as soon as we can go to
We really,
cinemas
really
more,
miss
we
going
should
to
all
the
go watch
cinemas.
cinema. We should all go and watch movies, okay?
Yeah.
Majulah film untuk negara, right?
Yeah, but in the meantime,
Yeah.
please go and watch Arus Merah on web TV iFlix.
Yes.
It's a good film. It's short enough to keep your attention span, and not long enough to drag it out, and it's got a good story and really good actors.
You know what's interesting? If the viewers actually have been watching us consistently, they would know, right? If a film which we spoil, it's usually films we don't like. Films that we don't spoil,
We clearly
we what
are
we like.
invested
Right?
in.
So yeah, okay. So let us
Yeah.
know what you think if you have watched the film, right? Or if you know the answer, if Aeril Zafril this is his directorial debut, his first film, which is directing or not, let us know as well.
Yeah.
Right? So yeah, thumbs up if you like the video, thumbs down if you don't. Share, subscribe to our channel.
Tag Aeril
Right.
Zafril and Zahir
Click on the
Azim.
bell so you get notifications. Tag Aeril Zafril, tag Zahir Azim, tag Syamsul Yusof, and follow us on all our social media platforms at Bidin, or go to fatbidin.com to get everything.
So,
What?
okay.
What? Got any more?
You've been watching and listening.
Okay, yeah.
And I'm assuming I've
You've
shown
been
you
watching and listening to Fat Bidin.
No!
I'm assuming I'm Zan Azli.
And I'm Fat Bidin's wife.
Say hi to Cheryl.